Hi Cancer, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing a bonus reading for you guys. You had the highest viewership last week, so I wanted to say thank you. I am going to start by letting you know that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every Cancer sign out there. So guys, really just take what resonates for you and leave the rest for another Cancer sign. Keep in mind that the energies can reverse. So if it is resonating, get in where you fit in. But as always, don't force yourself into a reading that's not for you. You can hear I'm a little bit hoarse today. I had a little bit of a cold, but nothing serious. So just look over it if you would. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Cancer? Cancer. All right, Cancer, you are starting out with the Six of Wands. You have the Ace of Pentacles reversed, and coming out together is the Queen of Cups reversed along with the High Priestess. So Cancer, I do feel like you're going through a really successful period right now. You could be highly recognized. This could also lead into a financial come up for you. For a lot of you, though, I do feel like you may be embarked on something that you're kind of keeping quiet. You're kind of reserving your feelings, your emotions, and trying to wait to see if this is going to be stable, if it's going to be something that you actually do want to lean into and have this stable new beginning. I do feel like you're leaning towards it, but you're reserved. You're like, I'm not going to jump into something until I really know. And you are leaning deeply into your intuition. You're not allowing yourself to be overly emotional about the situation until you know that it's going to be stable and it's going to be successful. So let me see who is in your energy. Okay, so the person in your energy, we have the Five of Wands, we have the Eight of Cups, and we have the Ace of Wands. All right, so this is obviously somebody from the past who created a really like a push-pull kind of energy with you. Their energy is very different than yours. You're in a very like intuitive, successful energy. This person has all kinds of conflict outside of them as well as internally. This is someone who did walk away from this connection stating that it was not meeting their goals or needs. And I do feel like they did that after creating a lot of conflict with you. It was like a tug of war. It was a push-pull. They could never just be happy or satisfied. And a lot of this is because this person is coming towards you in a very sexual manner. Ace of Wands, they're still thinking about you, but it is in a highly sexual context. They do want to come back together with you. Let me see the energy between Cancer and this person. Guys, I was really hoping to see who this is that because I see you've had an ending here, and I was really hoping to see who might be in your energy. But it looks like it's somebody new. But it looks like for some reason this past person is still in your energy. You don't seem to care. I like that. You don't seem to care. At one point, this person caused a lot of anxiety, but it looks to me as if you have gained some sort of wisdom about this person. It took a long time. And I feel like I've seen the light. So I do feel like you're focused on your own success. There is something new you're trying to think about or look at, but for some reason this connection that ended is still somewhat in your energy. I don't feel like you have emotions for this person anymore. I feel like you felt that it was just unstable. They were constantly causing conflict. So your energy is, yeah, you caused a lot of anxiety for me, but you know what? That's over. That's done. I'm no longer putting myself in that situation. Meanwhile, they're sitting over here acting like they don't care, but they actually really do, or they wouldn't keep showing up in your energy. So let me see what's affecting this connection. The Four of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, you've released this person. You've released them. You've let them go. They said that that's what they were doing with you, but yet we see them showing up in your energy versus this new enterprise. Now, for some of you, this could be some sort of a financial thing that you're trying to make a decision about. But for others of you, you're absolutely looking at another connection that you are feeling very recognized in, feeling as if, you know, it could work out. You're very focused regardless on your own success, whether it's financial, personal, or both. And you're moving intuitively, which I do love for you. And why? Well, because this person caused so much upset, so much anxiety, so much, you know, low vibrational energy that you were like, yeah, I'm done here. You walked away for the last time. I've released you. I'm letting you go. And this person feels that. So let me see. Show me the outcome. And for some of you, this person actually walked away from you before you could leave them. Because this person likes to keep things going. It's almost like they like the conflict. They like the tension that it creates. In the outcome, we have the King of Wands in the reverse. Now, you could be dealing with an Aries, Leo, or a Sagittarius. But what this tells me is that you're not taking any action towards this person. This person was very draining towards you. They're trying to figure out how to come back in and reignite a connection with you. I do feel like they're not taking action currently, but what they're trying to do is figure out how they can come about doing it. This is a push-pull. This is like, I'm in, I'm out. I'm surprised I'm not seeing the Knight of Wands here. Bottom of the deck is the Empress in the reverse. This is underlying energy. And what this tells me is that this person treated you with disrespect. They did not recognize that you are the Empress, that you are in that Empress energy. So they treated you with great disrespect. They did not nurture the connection. And so now you in turn are not nurturing the connection with them because you feel like it's never going to really grow. It's never going to become what it could have been. So let me clarify your reading. Spirit, why is the Six of Wands here? Why is the Six of Wands here for Cancer? The Tower and the Ace of Swords. So if this person reaches out to you or communicates with you, it could cause a little bit of a tower moment. I do feel like there was conflict here between you and this person. You were trying to move towards what was going to be successful, and they were constantly creating conflict. At some point, you had to get very honest with yourself, and it was likely during a period where everything was collapsing. You know, there was some kind of a tower moment that you have built off of, basically, because you did get honest with yourself. Now, if this person does try to communicate with you, I feel like, you know, it's going to create another mini tower for you. However, you are more focused on your success. Others of you have just recently started talking to somebody and you feel very recognized by that person, which is going to be a big change because in the past, this person in your energy treated you with disrespect. They didn't recognize you. So let me see why the Ace of Pentacles is in reverse. You're likely to get some news, and if for some of you anyway, if this is more of a financial thing, you're likely to get some news in your present to near future. If you haven't already, that is going to be like, you know, earth-shattering. It's going to cause a big change in your life. And it could, for some of you, be a recognition or, like I said, a come-up that is happening for you financially. All right, we have the Page of Wands reversed. We have the Hermit. Now, you could be dealing with a Libra, a Taurus, possibly even a Virgo. But what I'm seeing here is that after dealing with this person, you kind of pulled back. I feel like you're not really, you said what you had to say, and then you pulled back and you said, no, you know, if you're gonna act so childish, and this person does have a very childish energy, especially with how they communicate. They throw tantrums. When things don't go their way, they have nasty things to say. They're very childish, and I do feel like you've pulled your energy back. I can see it in more than one place, And you kind of were like, okay, so this has ended yet again. And let me think about this. Let me think about, who is this person? Who are they really? And what is it that they're trying to achieve here? So you kind of went within, you did a lot of soul searching, and your answer was, I'm going to let this person go. I'm going to release them. Let me see why the Queen of Cups is here. Now, again, there may be somebody new that is trying to come into your energy. Some of you have not met this person yet, but you will. And you'll likely meet this person during a time of introspection regarding this ending. All right, so we have the Knight of Cups reversed. We have the Four of Cups, and we have the Fool. Actually, that was in reverse. I'm sorry. In reverse. So again, I'm seeing the disrespect. I'm seeing that you feel that this person is incredibly childish and immature. I feel like they didn't recognize what you were bringing to the table. They could have been focused on the past or focused on third-party energies. Doesn't necessarily mean another person. It could have been business. It could have been, anything that interfered with the connection. But you definitely felt disrespected. So now I feel like you're kind of doing the same thing. You're saying, you know what? I see you for who you are now. I'm releasing you. I'm letting you go. So you're ignoring this person. You know that they want to have a new beginning with you. I'm not sure how you know that because I'm not seeing communication unless it was in the past. But I do feel like you feel like this person is a direct turnoff to you. And you're moving intuitively and you're saying, you drained me. You were constantly withholding emotion from me. You were constantly focused on anything and everything but me. You did not prioritize me. And so intuitively, you're going to refuse to have any kind of a new beginning with this person. That being said, again, I am getting this energy of someone new. And this person is going to catch you by surprise. If they haven't already entered your energy, they're going to. For most of you, I feel like they haven't, but there is somebody new that is approaching, and you'll have to decide whether or not this is somebody you do want to have any kind of connection with. Let me look at this person's energy. So guys, just know that there is somebody, if you haven't met somebody new recently that you're considering, that could be successful, there is somebody new that's coming towards you, and it's going to be a complete surprise. Because I feel like right now you're kind of like, no, I've had so much go on with this person, and I'm not even sure I want to be, in a relationship. Well, somebody's coming. All right, so let me see why the Five of Wands is here for the person in Cancer's energy. All right, so we have the Seven of Wands, we have the King of Cups, and we have the World. Yeah, so this person likes to fight with you. They actually find it intellectually stimulating, which is weird, but, some people are like that. This person is highly focused on you. They are a bit defensive. They do want to end the conflict, and they do want to start a new cycle. Everything that I already saw here. They're acting like they don't care, like it's not a big deal to them, but that's just their defense. Let me see why the Eight of Cups is here. This person actually does have feelings for you too, by the way, and they do feel like you are their person. So I just feel like this is not a very healthy person that you're dealing with here from the past. This is somebody that is, basically, they view the world through the eyes of conflict somehow. They actually enjoy it. Show me why the Eight of Cups is here for the person in Cancer's energy. Strength card in reverse and the Seven of Swords. See, there's that deceptive energy. They're trying to work up the courage to come back towards you. I keep seeing it. But this person is still in a very deceptive energy. They're trying to act like they don't care, that they don't want this connection. Don't believe it for a second. Not that you really care. I can see that you legitimately don't care, but they do. Their feelings are actually being betrayed because the more this person, tries to act like they don't care, the more it's showing me that they do. Yeah, they are trying to find the courage and the strength to come towards you. So I feel like they are still in a very deceptive energy, though. And part of the deception could just be the fact that they're trying to behave as if they don't care when they do. See, it's almost like they want the control. So if they left you, if they walk away from you before you can walk away, they feel like, okay, I'm in control of this and I can come back to Cancer anytime I want. They're trying to gauge if they do come back towards you, are you receptive? Because you're being very silent. And I feel like they're questioning that. They're really questioning whether or not they're able to come back into your energy. And for most of you, I don't feel like they are. Why is the Ace of Wands here for Cancer, the person in Cancer's energy? King of Wands, the Moon in reverse. Yep, and the Five of Cups reverse. So what are they trying to work up the courage and strength to do? Well, they're trying to sneak back into your energy. Right now, at the end of the week, I don't see them taking action, but they're trying to figure it out. With the Moon here in reverse, that is a Cancer sign. Again, they're very focused on you. And I feel like this person is trying to figure out how can they best slip back into your energy without losing face, without, you know, having to admit that they really do care about you. Now, you could be dealing with a Leo. You could be dealing with another Cancer or Pisces or a Scorpio. But what I'm seeing is that this person, they actually do have feelings for you. And they feel like you are the best person in the world for them. But they have a very dysfunctional way of dealing with the world, unfortunately. So they're realizing, you know, that they want to come back towards you. They want to take action towards you. A lot of it, I do have to say, is regarding the physical. I don't know what you did to this person, Cancer, but they are extremely physically focused on you. But it's not just the physical. They could even be lying to themselves, but they actually still do have feelings and emotions for you as well. And they feel like you are a soulmate. So I do feel like they're trying to figure out, how do I come towards Cancer? How do I reveal my feelings without losing face? Let me see. And I do feel like they will come back towards you at some point. They will reveal feelings and emotions, but they're going to come towards you in a very sexual manner as well. Okay, so we have the Devil. And we have the Lovers, Gemini and Capricorn energy. Yeah, you feel like this person is toxic as hell. You feel like they're the devil. And they feel like you're a soulmate. The two of you should be together. They want to end the conflict. They want to bring the two of you back together. This person could have had a choice between you and someone else. They could have had a choice between you and another situation. They're deceiving themselves as well as you by acting like they don't care, because they actually really do. And they, in fact, not only do they think that the two of you are soulmates, they feel like you were brought together for a reason, for a purpose. So don't fall for that, but I don't think you care either way, because I feel like you've even told this person that you feel that they are deceptive. You feel that they are toxic. And that was a difficult realization for you as well. I feel like you kind of did a turnaround here once you realized the toxicity of this person. It was shattering for you. It caused you to pull back and recede. But it's also that truth is what your success is now being built upon. Let me see why the Four of Pentacles is in reverse. For some of you, this new person could be a Capricorn. All right. Okay, so we have the Two of Swords reversed, and we have Justice, Libra energy. So, yeah, this person realizes that they're getting karma for past deceptions. And this is why they're having such a hard time, you know, actually approaching you and coming towards you. They also realize that they have been deceptive. See, you pulling back the way you did, it kind of pitched them into this energy where they felt like they could never lose you. And now they're having to face themselves because karma's doing it. Karma is coming in and karma's saying, no, you're going to face this. You're going to deal with this. You've been playing this game far too long. And so they know that they need to work on themselves, particularly with regard to self-deception as well as deception to others, because karma is balancing things out here. And a large part of that is you letting them go, you releasing them. I feel like this person thought that you never would. And I feel like it took a long time for you to actually see this person clearly, but you're very resolute in your energy that you're not having anything to do with this person. And I don't feel like you're hiding it. I feel like you're very direct about it. Let me see your outcome. Show me the outcome for Cancer. Wheel of Fortune reverse. There's that karma. 5 of Swords. Knight of Swords reversed. Yeah, you're not going to take action towards this person, but if they come in with any kind of mess, and it looks like they're going to, you're just going to lop their head off. Not physically, but, you know, figuratively. You're intuitively knowing that moving into a new beginning with this person is not going to be a good move. It's not going to be something that you want to do. And I also feel like you're deep in your intuition right now, and you're going to defend yourself. And for some of you, you're defending your opportunity to have a new beginning elsewhere as well. And I feel like you realize this person is receiving negative karma for their actions, and you're happy that you're happy to see it. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I see it in your energy. Like you feel this person is getting everything that they deserve for their toxic behavior. You know, there could be a little toxic energy for you in regard to that as well. But I feel like that's something that you will see and you will deal with as well. A lot of you are very contemplative regarding the situation, because I feel like it really kind of tore you down to the very base, you know? And now there's some changes that you also need to make. For one, you have to look at your own, you know, toxicity in being involved in the situation. You have to do more soul searching to figure out, were there times when you were just as toxic? And face that critically and, you know, with honesty with yourself so that you have the clarity. And then also, you know, facing the fact that even though this person did you wrong, or why are you enjoying seeing them, you know, being taken down? There's some self-esteem issues, and as well as what you're feeding into. So there's some things that you have to look at as well. You know, were you being low vibrational with regard to what it was you were manifesting in love? There's a lot here that you also have to look at as well in order for this wheel to turn in a positive direction, so that when you do have this new beginning, that everything moves positively and you don't repeat the same patterns. And so, you know, Spirit is asking you to look at that. Now, this person, I do feel like at some point they will take action towards you. It's not going to be this week. It looks like it might be into the future when the gravity of the situation hits. And it hasn't fully hit yet. It hasn't. But when it finally does, because this person is missing you, they're sad, but they're still thinking with their with their penis, basically, or their vagina if it's a female, and they're missing that. But at some point, the gravity of the situation, that it's not going to be this back and forth, that you actually have made a change in your life, that when that gravity hits them, that's when they're coming towards you. It will not be this week. I think they're still processing. I don't see them approaching you yet, but when they do, they're going to approach you in a rather that immature way that you're used to. It's going to cause an argument, and I feel like at that point, you're just going to be like, I've had it with you, and you're going to let this person know you're done. So the person that thought you would never leave is now going to find out you have, and karma will be hitting them in a very harsh manner. Bottom of the deck, we have the Eight of Swords in the reverse. You are freeing yourself from all the anxiety, the stress, the always trying to build something that, you know, somebody else wouldn't cooperate with, all the conflict. You're freeing yourself from this in order for you to reset and allow yourself that reset time, so that when you do meet this new person, that it can flow in a positive manner. So I'm going to pull an oracle card. I'm using my favorite oracle deck here. It's the Foxfire deck. I love this deck. All right, so your card is number 22, and it's called Immortality. So give me just a moment. I'm going to read that for you. Now, 22 does condense down to a 4. 4s are generally about stability. So I feel like you are currently working on your success and your stability right now. It says you are a lifetime's long seeker, and your soul has journeyed and traveled through skins and forms and elements time and again. In this lifetime, you're being offered the wisdom of all that has gone before in order to continue the healing journey of your own soul. You are surrounded by the energy of the peach blossom tree, a great old tree that grows deep within the Kitsune realms, and those who reach it are small compared to its mighty branches. You are now climbing the tree of immortality, and as you climb, your soul is refining itself, becoming more pure, more wise, shedding everything that once held you back. The tree of the immortals whispers to you that you are one of its children, and that you are immortal, and that you will return to its branches again and again in the lifetimes to come. The tree of immortality knows that you are growing strong, and it will offer to you now some of its vast wisdom so that you can climb further into the journey of the soul. Know that you are being offered time here in this lifetime to complete your soul's task, to be surrounded by beauty and joy, and to have aspirations for your physical form. You are asked not to attempt to force some kind of inhuman perfection on yourself. Instead, the tree of immortality asks you to embrace yourself and to love yourself with patience and kindness. For with this love, there will come a flowering of the soul, and the joy and peace which you seek will come to you in this energy of love. For now, though, child of the peach flowers, sit a while in the branches of the tree of immortality, the tree that has seen infinite ages, infinite changes. Watch the fruits of the Spirit grow, and know you are seen, accepted, and loved by this wise and sentient God of the forest of the Kitsune. Yeah, that's all about self-acceptance, guys. And showing that love to yourself. And I do feel like that's the process you guys are in. All right, I hope this has been helpful for you, Cancer. If you have resonated with this, hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and hype the video so other Cancer signs are able to hear the video as well. Until I see you in your next reading, know that you are love, and namaste.